All right, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everything is working correctly. I will be starting the recording now. In fact, right now. This is me basically stress testing everything at this point, seeing whether or not it works. So far, things seem to be okay. Hello, George. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear... I was about to say, can you hear the game? But there is no game audio right now. But that will be happening momentarily. As long as you can hear me. And if I transition now so that you can see the stream as well. This is what the stream overlay is going to look like, hopefully from now on. Let me know if there's any buffering or anything. OBS seems to be okay. But you just never know with these things. Okay, I've got people messaging me telling me they can hear me all good. So that's awesome. Loud and clear. Fantastic. This is my first stream with the new microphone as well. And I say new microphone. I've had it for over 2 months now. But yeah, everything seems to be hunky-dory and working. Right. Welcome back to Football Manager 2020. This is the last ever video on the channel of Football Manager 2020. It's quite sad in many ways. When I started the youthful Hatfield Town, I certainly wasn't expecting the things that came from it. And boy, have some things come from it. It's really, really cool what's actually developed from this. So, for those of you who have missed it, I am now a partner, an official partner of Hatfield Town Football Club. That was signed and... Well, not signed and sealed, but that was arranged last month. Last month? Yeah, no, January. January it was sorted. Bloody hell, time has flown as well. But yeah, as part of that, I am their official online virtual manager. I'm also their director of media. And that all came from this series. I've been running Hatfield Town saves for, I want to say 6 years now, but I think it's 5 years. There or thereabouts. Because in the past, it used to be like Welling Garden City and M4J or Jeffreys United, things like that. And then I thought, why not do Hatfield? Because they're just down the road from me. And very well-run club. Really, really passionate chairman. They actually play them home games at the same leisure centre where I used to go as a kid for play scheme and things like that. So... What reasons are there to not love Hatfield Town, basically? But yeah, this series ran for a while, Youthful Hatfield Town. I really pushed myself on the youth side of things. Tried to get a good youth system going. I'd like to think I achieved that, actually. I'll show you a little bit more about that in a second. This is just a test stream. It's only going to be for an hour or so. Just to test that things are indeed working. For some reason, chat messages keep disappearing. On the chat window, even though I've told it twice now to not do that. Let me just check my settings again to see that I have actually set that up correctly. Show viewer counter, that's fine, that's just for me. Where am I? Embed in stream, I think it is. And then hide messages. Yes, that shouldn't be the case. Messages shouldn't be hiding, but oh well, they are. Just let you know, I am reading messages. I've got my chat box open on my screen. I can see where they are because they don't disappear. This is me testing the stream as well as all the other stuff just to make sure that things are working as they should be. So yeah, the new overlay. We've got the M4J logo in the bottom corner, as you'd expect. We've got the chat in the bottom right corner. Got some donation, follower and bit targets along the bottom. That's mostly for Twitch. So if you're a Twitch viewer or you're a YouTube viewer with Twitch, feel free to head over there and give generously, you know, if you can. Got the tip jar just above that. That is part of the system as well. Anyone who does follow or subscribe or cheer bits, whatever it might be, anything that requires a notification, basically the tip jar will come into play. We've also got the events bar on the left-hand side, and then in the top left corner, you'll see periodically appearing and disappearing. We've got the Hatfield Town logos. There's the main logo, which is currently on the kits, and then there's the 135th anniversary logos, which will be appearing I believe from next season onwards. I haven't actually checked that yet. But yeah, really nice logos. Both of them, in fact, really nice logos. You'll also notice in the game, if I go back to... In fact, let's go to club info. Hopefully you can see these. The logo isn't covering them. We got the kits. So we got the home, the away, and the third. If you head over and check out my blog, you'll be able to see those. Really nice kits. I've run the third kit past the chairman. He's a big fan of it as well. I thought I'd be a bit cheeky and chuck my logo on it rather than the Hatfield sponsors. Really nice. Really like it. And I've gone with the Hatfield colours as well, the white and the red along the top here. So it's not the blue and the red anymore, unfortunately. But it's the white and the red, which is, just as good. Being a Stevenage fan, I can say I quite like white and red. Being a Newcastle fan, not so keen on the white and red, but, that's by the by. And yeah, a lot's happened in this series. We've got a lot of youth players come through, which was the whole point of the series. In fact, if I go into... We are going to play some matches in a second, by the way. I'm not going to bore you forever. If I go into the transfer history, and let's go with... it's the outs I want, and let's just go with cash transfers for now. And we'll go right back to the beginning, of which there probably aren't going to be any for like the first 2 or 3 years. Let me know if the stream's running smoothly, by the way. I'm hoping it is, but I obviously can't check at my end. So do let me know if it is running smoothly. Also just notice my watermark is actually covering the chat box. So that's something to bear in mind. Actually, while we are going through, let's go back to the beginning again. So nothing here for ins or outs with cash. But here we had some ins from Stevenage. Hitchin, Robert, Smith. I don't think any of them actually made it in the team. The first notable transfer is this guy here, Hassan Ekpiong. Remember the name? You'll see it again in a second. We also had Paul Miller, who was a left winger / striker who came in from Coventry. He actually played a fair few games for us. George says, seems to be smooth so far. Good. Awesome. We'll see what it does in matches. I've been tweaking my OBS settings beyond belief, trying to get everything to work. So fingers crossed on that. And then, yeah, we had some other players come in here. So Suleiman, Kelby. Burrows, I think, did play quite a bit for us. I don't think anyone else here did. Oh, Richmond, I think, did as well, actually. I think Richmond did too. But yeah, to keep going through. Goalkeeper was Bliss. McGladdery and King. King was a really good signing. He was our right winger for a few years. Now we got the outs. So Archie Wilson went to Hibernian for 26,500. He was our first youth sale, as it were. He was a player who came through our youth system and ended up leaving at the end of his second season, I want to say, to Hibs. And right now, I think he's playing for Walsall in the Championship or League One, something like that. So I'd say he made it. I would say he made it. We also had Fitzhugh, who went to Notts County. He did rejoin us in the future, but that didn't work out for him or for us. But yeah, Fitzhugh actually went for more money than Wilson. I was really annoyed that we sold Wilson for so little money. I think at the time we were on the verge of financial trouble, so he was sold as a necessity rather than a luxury. We also sold Stuart Ward, who I believe was another youth player who came through. We sold him to Hythe for 2,500. This is also when we brought in Jake O'Neill, who was another good youth player. He wasn't one of ours. He came from Hereford, but another good youth player, 6k we signed him for. We ended up selling him for a fair amount in the future. Anyone? Oh, Waldron O'Rourke. Yes, Waldron O'Rourke left for Brentford for 32,500. This was another one where the board went over my head. Waldron O'Rourke was a good youth player, came through the system, attacking midfielder. Very, very good at slide rule passes. Really good player all round, to be honest. Again, remember the name. You'll see him again in a second. So he went to Brentford for 32,500. There are add-ons. You don't see the add-ons here. You just see the base rate. And yeah, he did okay after he left, I suppose. Not too bad. My brother's also in the chat. Seems to be working. Good stuff. Next up, so this is where O'Neill left. He went to Charlton for 43,500. Whitley Riley, I think, was another one of our youth prospects who came through. He went to Rotherham for 100k. You could also see this where we started signing players for quite a lot of money as well, like Mazias for £625,000. What league were we in at this point? That's a good question. Do you know, I can't actually remember. I think we must have been National League by this point. Brought in Byrne, Davey, Doherty, Matthews. These are all players. Barnes as well. Again, remember the name. And then a few more here. Tora Hole was another one of our youth prospects. Don't laugh at the name. He went to... how do you say it? Is it Halswyn? Halsowin? Something like that. For 14,250. Anyone else that we sold? Has my stream crashed? No, I don't think so. No, seems to be fine. Zuza, He was a youth goalkeeper. 99,000 rising to 220,000. I think we've actually got all the money from that as well, which is awesome. And then I think Samson was another ex-youth player. Davey wasn't, obviously. Morgan might have been as well. I think he was a sub-goalkeeper. And then moving on a little bit further. Golfing Gamers just subscribed. So this is the tip jar in action. You'll see the tip jar. There it goes. There it goes. Oh, it just bounced out. That's a shame. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated. I don't think there's anyone here from the youth system. Oh, Vertinen is from the youth system. Yeah. So we've got Vertinen. Oh, I'm just watching the tip jar again on the playback. Oh, I missed that time too. Oh, and cheering bits. Thank you. See how many of these go in. Really? None of them? Oh, man. Well, thank you, Tom, for testing that for me. Okay, now we've got some more youth players. So, Moses Mateo, he was an ex-youth player. So was William Aday. Oh, boo. Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah. Another thing you'll notice, the Restream chat. I've set it up so that it posts on Facebook and Twitch. So if someone talks on YouTube, it will also post to Twitch and vice versa. So you'll see it. For some reason, it says Restream bot, but that's the Twitch message from Golfing Gamer coming through. Just so everyone's able to join the same chat, basically. That's the plan, at least. But yeah, William Aday. He joined Brighton for 1.7 million, rising to 3.8 million. He was our first, massive sale. Unfortunately, he was I was relying on him to fill a midfield spot, so him leaving was a bit of a problem. Stuart Knight as well. He was our first choice left back. So again, him leaving was a bit of a headache. But thankfully, we did replace them. And you'll see with who with a little bit later on. Don't think these are... Oh, Giles. Yeah, Giles and I think Warner actually are both youth players who we sold. And it's not always huge amounts. And this is something I'm going to take on board for the new series. It's not always going to be huge amounts. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit here and a little bit there. And it's about not getting too upset by that and taking the money as it comes in, basically. And now we're up to present day. Now, there are players who have left on free transfers as well. I'm not going to go through all of those because we'll be here all day. But we have got lots of players coming in, lots of players coming out. In terms of the squad right now, you will see some familiar names. So, for example... Ekpyong is still very much at the club. Not only that, he is still club captain as well. We also have Peter Baker, who was in the team back in, was it League 2 where I left off last time? I actually brought him in as a left wing cover. He ended up being first choice striker for a little bit, and then he is technically first choice left midfield most of the time, but we have got another player who chops and changes with him. Who else was I saying to look out for? Waldron O'Rourke is still here. He's like third choice attacking midfielder, sometimes second choice, depends on how we're playing. We also have Chris Bowyer, who's a youth academy graduate. Who else? I think Kershaw is one of ours as well. Oh no, he joined us from Man City. No, that's right. But he was first choice left back until recently, where we signed this guy here, Scott Wise. Mabiala, our left midfielder, he is one of ours. Says Hazen Yedding, but he joined them on loan from us. Hello, Death. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a while, yeah. It's been a couple of years, I think. I'm trying to remember. 2019, I think, was the last time we spoke. And I'm trying to remember when I last streamed. It was about 2019 as well, I think. So, yeah, long time no see. Hopefully, you're doing well, staying safe. Where was I going? Oh, yeah. So, this guy here, he's a real hit and miss player. He can be absolutely amazing at times and then absolutely terrible in other times. But when he's on fire, he is on fire. He scored 4 goals in 45 appearances for us. He did have a little spell out on loan. I think he's ours. Yeah, he is ours. I'm sure he was ours. He does well for the academy team, but he hasn't played for the academy team for a couple of seasons now because he is technically he's first choice left midfielder and Baker is supposed to be up front, but they really do chop and change. It very much depends on form and things like that. In terms of others, I think Pickavance is also... No, he's from Man City. I suppose if you sign them at a young enough age, you could claim them as being yours. I know Higgs is from Man United. Richards could be one of ours. No, he's from Spurs. We got players from all over the place. Wilford. Yeah, he's from Harrogate. There are more. Oh, McDonald. McDonald's one of ours. I remember him. And Morris is one of ours. Chamberlain's one of ours. Galbraith, remember him? He joined Luton, I think, on a free transfer, or someone on a free transfer. Fulham on a free transfer. He actually joined back from Luton. I think we bought him, believe it or not. And he's kind of cover on the right wing. He's got really good stats, actually, compared to his star rating. He's very, very quick. Great acceleration. So he's a good asset to have. We're going to go into a game now, because I've been streaming for... Is it really only 15 minutes? It feels like ages. But yeah, we're going to head into a game now. So we're actually playing Reading away from home in the Championship. I did get them to the Championship. I couldn't quite get them to the Premier League. I did take a huge break in playing. When the video stopped, it's because I stopped playing the game. But I am back playing the game now. I do play it for fun, casually in the background. And I got them up to, the Championship. So I was so close to the Premier League. The Championship is a very big challenge, though. So it's not always easy peasy. We have got some suspensions and stuff, so I'm actually going to bring Ekpyong into the starting lineup. I should introduce you to the squad at some point as well. Might as well do that quickly. So we've got Cristobal in goal. He's a goalkeeper who joined us on loan from Villa a couple of seasons ago back in League One. And I actually managed to sign him, I think, for £6 million. 8.5 million. I think that was 6 rising to 8.5 rather than a flat 8.5. Yeah, she started at Gillingham. Wow. Joined Villa. Went out on loan there to Blackpool. Then apparently they loaned him to themselves. Don't know what that's all about. Then he joined us. He only conceded 51 goals in 44 appearances, which sounds a lot, but that's actually pretty good for a goalkeeper. He was at League One level. Then he went back to Villa. They wouldn't loan him back to us again. But then I saw he was up for sale, so I bought him. Very, very good keeper. Very, very happy with that. Then we got back four, normally of Scott Wise, Neville Thomas, David Piper. I'm guessing he's German. I could be wrong. Oh, he's English. But he's from Brighton, on loan from Brighton. We got Thomas, who's on loan from Derby. Again, whack my microphone. Very good young player. And then we got right back of Parma. Ekpyong has come in for cover, as you saw. Midfield, we got Andy Garrett and David Ward. Again, it can change a fair bit. I normally play the 4-2-3-1, in which case it is still these two, or a variation of maybe Phillips Bissix coming in, or Steve Reed. The only reason I haven't got Reed playing alongside Garrett is because of the loan. Oh, actually, I have got an extra loan slot now, so I'm going to move. Sorry, Ward. Reed's really good as a ball-winning midfielder, and it's nice to have a ball winner alongside a box-to-box, because if the box-to-box goes forward, then the ball winner tends to sit back and win the ball back. I mean, clues in the name. I'm going to put Ward on the bench instead of Phillips Bissix. And then, normally I'll have a 3 in the attacking midfield. So I'll have Mabiala or Baker on the left. I will have Plinio on the right. He's on loan from Man City. He was described as a wonder kid, and I do actually believe that to be the case. He can be very, very good. I mean, look at these stats. Look at these stats. He's not got the best finishing. I'm not expecting him to score goals. I'm expecting him to create. But even then, he scored 7 goals in 26 games, which is one every 3.5-ish games, which, again, really, really good. Good off the ball, good crossing, good dribbling, all the good stuff you'd expect. Not the fastest and not the highest acceleration, but I mean, that star rating is one that you can't really ignore. And he's versatile. He can play central midfield. He can also play out on the right and the left. And then normally I would have Carl Wallace here playing in the hole behind the striker, but because we were struggling to score goals this season, I actually had this guy, Andre Philippe, on loan from Arsenal. And I had him playing as a lone striker, but I've played him as one of 2 now alongside Garnett, who I think has been with us since the League One days as well. League 2 days. I signed him on a free transfer, and again, he was cover. Scored 3 goals in 17 games, and then the next season he scored 17 in 43. Then he scored 10 in 39, and this season he's currently scored 2 in 8. So again, not bad. Not bad. Considering Leeds paid 1.2 million for him, and I got him on a free, I'm not complaining. And yeah, this tends to be the lineup now. And then the bench is Kershaw, back, Wallace, Ward, Bailey Jones, Markovic, and Baker. Right, this is the bit I was nervous about. We're actually going into a game now, so we're going to be testing sound levels and all kinds of things here. Let's see what it sounds like, shall we? Let's go. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's see what it looks like. I might have to adjust some volume. I mean, there's volume, all right. Let me know if it's too loud, if you need me to turn the game up or down. Also, let me know if it's buffering or anything. My preview's buffering, but that doesn't necessarily mean the stream is. Do let me know down in the chat, guys. Twitch or YouTube, either's fine. And yeah, oh, I will turn off full match. Let's go with key. Oh, no, key. There we go. And we'll zip through this. The team sometimes plays really, really good football. The 17th place in the table, I don't think does us justice, to be honest. Golfing Gamer, no buffer on Twitch. George says seems to be fine. Awesome. This might mean a return to streaming as a regular thing then. We'll see. I will talk about the Real Hatfield Town series in a second and what the plan is. I mentioned it in my blog, which went up, I think, yesterday. But I'll go over it a little bit more now. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, that wasn't the best bit of football there. We are 17th in the table at the moment. I think we finished 16th or 15th, something like that, in the league last season. First season in the championship. Then we got a little bit more money to spend. Brought in some better players. And I feel like we're going to be okay again. I don't feel like we're going to be in any trouble or anything like that. It'd be nice if we got some more results and actually climbed the table. We had a really good 2-1 win against Swansea in the last game. And I think we played Forest Green recently. Forest Green have also got to the championship. Although in real life, Stevenage smashed them 3-0 last night. But on here, I beat them 4-0. And I used to have beef with their manager. But their manager, I think, is now at Preston. That was a bad goal to concede. I think their manager's now at Preston. So my beef is now with Preston, not with Forest Green. But it's always nice. Forest Green used to be one of my bogey teams back in the day on Old Football Manager. So to always beat Forest Green in real life and in game, it's always a nice feeling. And I don't hold any bad feelings towards Forest Green, by the way. I think Forest Green are an example of how to do football clubs properly. But oh yeah, beef with Preston again. Yeah, Stevenage fans do have a bit of a grudge against Preston, shall we say, for things that happened in the past. There aren't many teams that Stevenage don't have grudges against, to be honest. It is quite a long list. But yeah, Stevenage winning 3-0 last night. That was a good feeling, because Stevenage in real life have been struggling somewhat too. So it's always nice to get a result, for sure. Right, I will talk about what's going on in the game itself in a second as well. Although this is a good chance. Corner. What is their goalkeeper doing? So yeah, the plan for the Real Hatfield Town. I want to do two types of content. I want to do a live stream once a week at some point over the weekend. I'm not committing to a day right now. When I publish my schedule, you'll see it says Saturdays. I think it's 7 PM I put it for, but that may change. The football schedule at the moment, once lockdown's lifted here in the UK, it might change somewhat. But right now, there are Premier League and Football League matches basically throughout the day from like 12 PM onwards. So being a Newcastle fan and a Stevenage fan, there's chances that Newcastle especially, we've been kicking off at 8 PM for the last couple of weeks. So I don't want to commit to a day and time and then not be able to do it like 4 out of 5 weeks. So at some point over the weekend, there will be a stream. And that's every weekend moving forward. And that'll be a roughly 90 to 120 minute stream. And it'll be a full 90-minute game. So the reason I say roughly 90 minutes is because a game in Football Manager that is 90 minutes long isn't exactly 90 minutes because it does cut bits out here and there. Plus, you're not waiting 15 minutes at half-time. Oh, I thought that had gone in then. Plus, you're not waiting 15 minutes at half-time. So it can change, basically. So yeah, that'll be every weekend. It might be Friday, it might be Saturday, it might be Sunday. I'll try and give you 24 hours notice as to when it will be so you guys can clear your schedules because I know everyone's going to want to watch this. And then on Tuesdays, I've got it at the moment, but again, it might change. Tuesdays at 7 PM, it will be a pre-recorded video. So every weekend will be a match. of some kind, whether it's a cup final or just a regular league match. There will always be a match, a league match. Not a league match, sorry. There will be a match, a 90-minute match. I'm saying match a lot now. And then on Tuesdays, it will be either a compilation of 2 or 3 matches, depending on how much time each one takes, plus, or it will be training, so messing with the training schedule, and then a match at the end to test it out, or it will be tweaking tactics, and then a match at the end to test it out. That's the plan. Obviously, this is in partnership with Hatfield Town, so we're going to have, hopefully, lots of new people joining the stream. If you're a regular viewer, feel free to make them welcome. If you're a new viewer, welcome. And yeah, the idea is it's going to be football focused. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the day's matches and things like that, plus Hatfield Town in real life, comparing stories of our favourite teams, that kind of thing. But I'm not shutting the door on anyone else. If you're a fan of OpenTTD, for example, feel free to come along. I'll answer questions regarding that, particularly during the streams. It would be cool to have different conversation topics going on. I don't want it to be dominated by football. I don't want it to be dominated by railways or anything like that. We'll make it a nice open floor for as many people as possible to come in and chat. As if, you know, you're in the pub watching football with your mates, basically. That's the goal of the series. And there may be a couple of little extra features along the way. If you've got any ideas, feel free to post them in the chat or the comments, or on Discord or on the Reddit community. Links to all should be in the description. If they're not, for whatever reason, do let me know. And that should be the case for streams and videos as well of this series moving forward. And yeah, I want to push myself with this one. I want to try new things. I want to try and get myself out there a little bit more. Try and get some attention in the football content creation community. Is that going to count? Nope, offside, Mabiala. And yeah, just push forward with this and see how far it goes, basically. That is the plan. The kits you're seeing right now, I might tweak them a little bit between now and the start of the series proper. This weekend's stream currently is going to be me setting up the club on the pre-game editor. That is the plan for that. If I do that on, say, the Friday, that's a good free kick. If I do that on, say, the Friday, then the Saturday or the Sunday might actually be the first proper stream of the series. But I'm going to be streaming myself setting up the club. The idea is those who are actually playing for Hatfield Town right now can see themselves being put into the game. And that is the big difference this year. Because I'm now partnered with Hatfield, I'm going to be focusing a lot more on how Hatfield is run in real life and reflecting that within the game. So, for example, the chairman is going to be in the game as the actual chairman. The coaching team are going to be in the game as well. I'm trying to come up with a solution right now because obviously the manager isn't going to be the manager anymore. So I'm going to try and find a role for them that they're happy with. I don't want to demote them to assistant manager necessarily. I read somewhere that it might be possible to have like co-assistant managers though. So I could have the club's assistant manager and the club's manager be co-assistant managers. I'll see if that's possible or not. If not, I'll come up with a solution. Maybe make them director of football instead. And then all of the first team squad who have filled in a form that I sent out a few weeks ago now, they will all be included in the game. Including photos of themselves. Yep, we scored a goal. I'll come to that in a second. And yeah, the Real Hatfield Town. It's named that for a reason. It'll be the Real Hatfield Town. What you see in real life is hopefully what you'll be seeing in the game. I did ask the players to... Let me just do something quickly. I did ask the players to fill in this form, as I said. And in that, I had a section where they could rate themselves. Why is that there? I don't know. Oh, is this feedback or something? Probably. Actually, let me move the formations to here. Did it wrong again. That was Wallace with the goal, wasn't it? Yeah. Great ball over the top to run onto, actually. Big fan of that. Alright, let's go with this layout. It'll probably change in a second. But we'll go with this one for now. Yeah, I asked the players to fill in a form, rating themselves from 1 to 5 for each stat. And then the idea would be I'd take that number, quadruple it to get the out of 20 stat, and then apply the current potential and current ability and potential ability modifiers to create a more realistic figure. unfortunately, some people did still rate themselves like 4 out of 5 for pretty much everything. So there is one player I've been told about who's a bit of a diamond in the rough. One to look out for. I hope to hold on to him for as long as possible if he makes it as good in the game as he is in real life. Everyone else, the idea is to hold on to them for as long... Oh, hit the post. For as long as possible. So I don't want to, you know, bin someone after the first month or anything like that. I'd like to keep the current squad of players for the first 2 to 3 seasons, maybe even longer. The fact that I've managed to hold on to Ekpyong for so long in this version of the game suggests that it's a lot more realistic now. Back in the day, it used to be every season you basically needed a new squad, particularly if you got promoted because your old squad wasn't good enough to make the step up. These days, there's a lot more focus on the realism. Players like Jamie Vardy, for example, who've come from non-league and are now playing regularly in Europe, that kind of thing. So yeah, hold on to the squad for as long as possible. There are a couple of players who will have quite high stats to begin with. They're the ones I'm going to struggle to hold on to. The rest of the players, though, I would describe Hatfield as a team with plenty of potential that just needs unlocking. And the fact that the real life season was curtailed when it was, I felt like Hatfield were on the verge of doing something good this season. Hopefully, in real life, next season will be the year where Hatfield starts climbing again. We will see about that. We will see about that. But yeah, there's lots of plans that I've got in mind. Again, I'm interested in hearing feedback from you guys. So if you like what I've been saying so far, let me know. If you think there's anything that needs tweaking or changing, let me know. And then yeah, what you'll be seeing in real life is what you'll be seeing. What you'll be seeing on the pitch in the game is what you'll be seeing on the pitch in real life. I hope. That very much depends on how good the team is in the game, I suppose. Good save, Cristobal. It was offside anyway, but still, good save. He wasn't to know. How's the stream for everyone? Is it still smooth? No one's said that it's choppy or anything, so I'm hoping that it's all good. I must admit, touch wood, but this test seems to be going okay. There are still a couple of settings I can tweak for contingency, just to make sure it works all the time. But I'm pleasantly surprised with how well this has gone so far. I have a couple of other stream settings that I would like to test as well. I'll do the main one in a second. It might not appear in the Real Hatfield Town series, but it might appear... Bloody hell. Steve Reed with an absolute barnstormer there. It might appear in other streams. I've got a new way to play music during the stream that shuffles it properly, and it uses the same videos that I've made for the time-lapse videos. So there's consistency there. So every time I create a new batch, I can just add them. Look at that. Left foot. Woof. Right in the corner. All right, YouTube smooth, Twitch okay. Good stuff. Thank you, guys. I'll try out, between this match and the next, I'll try out the sound settings. We have a strange formation I've just noticed. Oh, good header. Ekpyong. Brought down there by Mabiala, who is right-footed. Plays out on the left-hand side, but he is right-footed. Same with Baker. So they're both inverted wingers, basically. Shoot! Oh, good save. Kicks it straight back to us. Garrett, nice through ball. Wallace. Poor shot. So yeah, we got Cristobal in goal. Palmer, Ekpyong, Thomas, Kershaw, who's come on at left back. Alright, George, no worries. Thanks for dropping in. Looking forward to seeing you for the next one, I hope. Thanks for helping with the analysis as well. Stress testing. It's probably a better way of saying it. Oh, we just had a player sent off. See you on the next one. See you on Discord as well. Palmer with the second yellow. So this was the chance we had just now. Wallace's shot. We do have our fullbacks do get sent off quite a lot, actually. That's kind of irritating. I'll have to try and fix that as well. Is there anyone I can move? Maybe I'll swap you two round. Play you as an advanced forward. You're currently set to deep lying forward. I'm going to set you to pressing forward when you're on this side. And then Wallace, winger set to attack. Sounds good. Although, have I got anyone who can play? Is it Reed? Oh no, Reed plays defence mid. Oh, Ward can play right wing back. That might be who I was thinking of. I can't make any more subs. So I might just move Reed back like this. And I'll move Thomas across one. And I'll move Kershaw across one. And we're kind of going with a back 3/4 here. We'll shuffle Garrett across. Whoops. Like so. You are going to be a no-nonsense set to cover. And everything else here should be okay. So we're kind of narrow at the back here, but still the same up top. That should make sense. Oh, it's full time anyway. Okay, peeps in the chat. I have something else to test. So I'm going to put the new music on now. And we'll see how it sounds. I also don't know. This might start playing immediately. Yeah, started playing immediately. This is how the music's going to work now. You see the bar across the top. And it will scan across like that. It's better than the old system. Because the old system, there was no space between the end of the previous line and the start of the next. I also don't think it named the tracks properly all the time. Whereas now it should do. So let me know if that music's too loud or too quiet. I'll twiddle with the old volume settings. Yeah, Palmer getting suspended. Left back and right back, both getting themselves suspended quite a lot. It is quite annoying. We have got cover now. Last season it was more annoying because I didn't have cover. So I ended up with, like, left midfielder playing left back because there was no other options. Just wait for people in the chat to say about the volume. Tom, I might need to hop on YouTube again quickly as well. Just to test the stream buffering. I must admit, if it is as smooth as I'm hoping, I'm very, very happy. Very happy. I'm also debating whether to stream. I'm currently streaming at 1080, 60 FPS. I think 6,000 to 8,000 kilobits per second. That might get tweaked as well. Alright, Tom says seems good for Twitch. I mean, the volume I'm not worried about for Twitch to YouTube because that would be the same. Alright, I seem to have hit a sweet spot with my setup. Again, touch wood. My hand is firmly planted on my desk right now as I'm saying this. Alright, Tom's in 2 places at once. Good stuff. But yeah, again, I don't know what it's like on Twitch, because I know Twitch has a 6,000 kilobit per second limit. YouTube, I think I could go a little bit higher, but I might as well standardize it. I also have it set up, so I think it's 6,000 default, rising to a maximum of 8,000. So right now it's 6,175. Same with recording, in fact, my bitrate. I think it's 15,000 default rising to 40. I think I've got it at. Hey, Bob. Oh, yeah, no worries. Focus on your studies, bud. Stay in school, kids. Good to see you, though. Hopefully we'll see you again more often in the future. The reason I stopped streaming is normally because of technical issues. And my PC especially had some issues recently where I had to replace the power supply. Fortunately, I have an old PC. I was able to cannibalize to get the power supply from that, which is actually, it has a higher power output than my power supply in my new PC. So that was good. I think that's actually helped things as well. Plus tweaking settings here and there on OBS. We might have found a way to actually start streaming again. I'm not guaranteeing that streaming on OpenTTD will be a regular thing, for example, but there are other games that I would like to play that I've been waiting to be able to stream, including things like Transport Fever 2, which I know is something that a lot of people have been requesting. I now own the game. It's just a case of getting it up and running and hopefully, as I said, streaming it. There's more of a delay on YouTube between sending a message and it appearing. Really? I don't know how that would work. Maybe the stream is slightly delayed on YouTube. I think YouTube has its own little system built in for that. It might even be something that I need to twiddle at my end. It might be a stream delay to stop stream sniping, that kind of thing. I'll look into that. If it's not a major issue, then I don't need to worry, but I'll have a look into that if people want me to. Who's Ali? Yeah, you're one of ours. Ali Yilmaz. You've played a couple of... Oh, he scored. Yeah, he played twice for us last season and actually scored. I think he scored on his debut as well, which is impressive. Do you know what? Yes. I will move you to the senior team. Let me know what you think of the choice of music as well, by the way. It's the Planet Coaster soundtrack, the Planet Zoos soundtrack, City Skylines -1 track that was causing me headaches with copyright claims. Not that the piece of music itself was copyrighted, but I had loads of automated claims from other companies assuming that the piece of music was one of theirs. You know that system, that really annoying system that YouTube has, where if it sounds vaguely familiar, like a couple of notes in the same order, they'll just flag it as copyright. And I've had to fight it so many times. Twice it's gone to a second appeal. And if you don't know what that is, you appeal once and 9 times out of 10 people will take it down. Take down the claim, sorry, not the video. But if they reject the appeal, then you have to appeal again. And if you fail on that appeal, you get a copyright strike on your channel. So it's not just a takedown. Your video will be taken down, but it's not just like a little slap on the wrist and a copyright claim. It's an actual strike. And 3 strikes and your channel gets taken down. So, you see what I mean by headache? It's really annoying when that happens. And I will admit, the people who put the claims in, 9 times out of 10, don't know that they've put the claim in. It's an automated system. So when you appeal it, they probably just assume the first time that it's just someone trying to get their video back, basically. So they'll reject it. But when you appeal it the second time, it actually goes through YouTube as well. And at that point, they pay more attention to it and realise, oh, this isn't our piece of music. Why is this being claimed? And then they'll remove it. But yeah, it's a really annoying system. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so it's the Planet Zoo soundtrack, the Planet Coaster soundtrack, the City Skylines soundtrack minus, I think it's called Leto Electronics, I think that piece of music's called. Space Engineers, I think, is on here as well, and maybe Kerbal Space Program. Everything that I had on my old playlist, plus I'll be adding some more in the future. I'm looking into whether the music from Stardew Valley is available to use in streams. And if it is, then I'll be using that. And basically anything else that is available. That is the plan. Right, Palmer is suspended. So who have we got? I might bring Tricker in. Actually, I'll bring Hewitt in, because Hewitt can play defence and midfield, which is like gold dust in football. So I'll bring him in. And we'll go into match number 2, which is probably going to be the last match of the stream, to be honest. I will try and stick this to an hour, because it's going very well so far, and I don't want anything to go wrong. So I'll keep it as an hour. But yeah, again, if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. Feel free to fill out the viewer survey, which is linked in the description. It should be the top link in the description. Even if you're brand new, if this is the first video you've ever watched on the channel, that's absolutely fine. Feel free to fill it out. I will be updating it to include the real Hatfield Town as opposed to the youthful Hatfield Town. And the reason I'm promoting it is because there are boxes where you can suggest ideas, games you'd like to see played and things like that. So I'm going to have a schedule of games that I'm going to make videos for. So things like Prison Architect, OpenTTD, technically Football Manager 2021 as well. But I'm also going to have a list of games that are good for streaming. So things like perhaps Stardew Valley, because I do own that as well. And games like Transport Fever 2. And what else do I own? Maybe Fallout 76. I haven't played that for, again, at least a year. So we'll see what that's like now. And any other games, really, that you guys can think of. I have the sequel to Batman the Telltale series as well, which I would like to do at some point. That might end up being videos rather than streams, but we'll see. Spyro is another one. My brother keeps nagging me to get back to Spyro. And yeah, let me know. Let me know. Oh, I am getting messages from YouTube now that it's not receiving enough video. Is it buffering? If it's still okay, I'll relax a little bit more. But It doesn't say I'm dropping frames, and my bitrate is fine. I'll stand by on that one. We'll see. Also, we've played in the away kit twice. It's sad that we haven't seen the home kit. The next match is a home match, so maybe I will do one more after this, just so you get to see the home kit as well. That's a good ball. Oh, good header. Just clip the top of the bar. See, look, the league table is this skin that I'm using. I'm going to use a different skin for FM21. It's a really nice looking skin, but there are a couple of little bugs and glitches, like the overlapping there. That it's not game breaking, it's just slightly irritating. It's uncomfortable rather than painful, if that makes sense. Right, Plinio with the ball right now. Beats his man, that's nice. Is he going to pull it back? Nope. Should he have pulled it back? Yep. Still, back with the interception. That's my one complaint about Plinio, is he's not always a team player. Oh, hello. That was a nice volley. Oh, very nice volley. Great cross. I do like crosses from deep like that, especially when it results in a goal. Look at the composure. So he's brought it down. He's taken a few touches here and there to set himself. Taken it to the byline. Not byline, sorry, touchline. Whipped it in. Look at that for a volley. Left foot over his shoulder. Hells yeah. Guy's got flair. What can I say? That's lifted us up to 13th, that goal. That wasn't good from back, though. Aziz with the shot. Cristobal holds on to it. Lovely. Coming up to half-time, then. There we are, half-time. So going back to Hatfield again. My role with Hatfield. There's a tournament. There's a couple of tournaments, actually. There's a Hearts Senior Counties League. I think it stands for HSCL. That's right. They're hosting a tournament in April, I think it is, or May, to fill the gap where the league matches would have been played. And Hatfield themselves are actually hosting. It was originally one tournament on the 22nd of May, but that filled up fast enough that they added a second date on the 29th of May, and that one's full up as well now. So I believe it's 2 days of 8 teams. It might be more than that. And it's like a league format. Everyone plays each other once, and then it goes into a knockout stage. Awesome stuff. I think each match is 30 minutes. Guaranteed 2.5 hours of football. So that sounds right, doesn't it? I believe. It might be split differently to that. I did know this. I had it all rehearsed in my head, and then I forgot. But I do retweet Hatfield. So feel free to check out my retweets. It's also on Facebook, and I believe I've shared it on Instagram as well. I don't really promote my Instagram much, but I do have an Instagram. I should start posting on it more often. I know my girlfriend's going to be helping me with that at some point in the future. But yeah, check out their social media. They've got some really, really cool things. The fact that they're even hosting tournaments in May is awesome. And yeah, I'll be getting involved with that. I'll be making programs for the tournaments. Once the league starts again next season, I'll be making match day programs for the club as well. I may also be doing some YouTube content for them in the future too, so look out for that. This is all stuff that's sort of up in the air at the moment, not 100% confirmed. But yeah, some good stuff coming in the future. And it's going to really... to be honest, again, I wasn't expecting any of this to happen, so I'm sort of still processing it on a daily basis. I might not sound as enthusiastic as I actually am. This is huge for me, personally. To be involved with a football club is something I've wanted to do for a number of years now. And I didn't, you know, it's no fun starting at the top. You've got to start at the bottom and work your way up. And Hatfield they're a club I've been keeping an eye on. Even before I started playing as them on Football Manager, I had half an eye on them. But since I started playing as Hatfield, I've been following their progress. They were taken over a couple of years ago by the current chairman. And since then, there's been a real investment in youth. There's been a real focus on sort of rebuilding the club They've moved back to their home. They were playing in London Coney and Welwyn Garden City and places like that, but now they've moved back to Hatfield proper. It's all really, really good stuff, moving in the right direction. And to actually now be part of that is really, really exciting. Oh, damn. Just as I'm saying really good things, Mr. Evans goes and scores. You will also notice when I play the next match, the home game, we're currently ground sharing with Luton, which is, again, as a football fan and a Stevenage fan, ground sharing with Luton is not ideal, but it was the closest ground that was big enough for the capacity that we needed. Arguably, Watford is closer, I believe, but, you know, Luton's not the worst. It's not the worst. Birchwood wasn't big enough. So we had to move. We ground shared with Boreham Wood for a while, which I think was in the videos. Now we ground share with Luton. Although the board did announce, I was taken over recently in this version. And the board did announce that they were going to build a new stadium in Hatfield. They were going to relocate the club back to Hatfield. But it's one of those ones where no stadium size has been announced yet or anything like that. So it may not happen, basically. Very much depends. That is one of my plans for the Real Hatfield Town, though, is to tinker with the editor version of Birchwood and see if I can make it more likely to be expanded rather than just us moving elsewhere. We are getting attendances of between 13 and 17,000 in the Championship. So it would be nice to have a ground that can actually support that for as long as possible as we go through the ranks in FM21. I will also say that despite the new series starting and the new season starting, I will actually continue playing this save off camera, just so I've got my Football Manager fix. I'm very attached to this save. It's the most fun I've had in a save. So I will obviously enjoy the new one too. But the new one, it's mainly going to be, I'll do some progress off camera, like twiddling with tactics and stuff. Most of it will be on screen though. And so that I'm not like moping around because I can't play Football Manager, I will keep this save going in the background. I might even do little updates in streams from time to time about how this team is doing as well, just to keep everyone updated. I say it every year, and I'll say it this year too. I've had an absolute blast with Football Manager this year. The game gets better every year. I know there are still people who find faults in the game, and that's fine, because without those people the game wouldn't improve. So it is a necessity. But I've really enjoyed the tweaks they've made to the game for FM20, and I know that 2021 has some good tweaks to it as well. That's a nice finish. Right at the death. We might have just won the game. I know that FM21 has some extra tweaks as well. I know that the coaching's had a bit of an overhaul. Training, little bits and pieces there. The way that... Oh, God. The way that transfers are done now has changed as well. Is it just me or has the music got really loud suddenly? Let me know if that's really loud and I'll turn it down. But yeah, it should be easy still to be able to switch between 21 and 20. If it isn't, then I'll have to remind myself which game I'm playing. But the other advantage is I could just start a second save on FM21, but knowing me, I will accidentally overwrite the YouTube save. So it's easier to stick with this one, to be honest. And I can test out some tactics and things in this version and then bring it over into the YouTube series. I know that the match engines aren't the same, so not everything will translate, but try and get as much of it as it can. That's a really nice header as well. That has sewn it up now. So we've dropped down to 14th from 13th, but considering we were 1-1 4 minutes ago, and now we're 3-1 up, I'd say that's not something to really complain about. This is a really nice cross from Plinio. A far post header from Baker. Sweet. Didn't even know it was playing. Oh, can you not hear the music? Is it too quiet? I might try and find a way where the music plays for you guys, but I can't hear it. It's loud in my ears, and I don't want to be shouting at you guys. I get told off. Alright, one more match then. I'm not gonna praise him. He only got 1 assist. Come on, Plinio. I'm just going to swap my drinks out quickly as well, because I've got a very tickly throat today and I don't want to be coughing in the microphone. So bear with me 1 second. So normally at this point I would say good things about having a microphone attached to the desk and not having to worry about my headset. But because I am still wearing my headset, I don't actually need to wear my headset for this, to be honest. I'm just going to take my headset off. He says, as he can't actually hook it. There we go. Trying to hook it behind the the monitor. Yeah, let me know about the volume. Oh, Tom can hear the music now. Yeah, let me know if it's too loud. If it is, I'll tweak it slightly. All the videos play at the same volume, so some might be a little bit quieter than others. Basically, I have to adjust it so that the loudest one isn't too loud. And then all the other ones will follow off of that. No poor performances in that last game. That's awesome. And Plinio was man of the match. He is a really good player. We're lucky to have had him. I actually signed him halfway through last season. He's one of the reasons we stayed up in the end. And the addition of Felipe up front as well. We got some really good players in the team. And, I mean, the lone players are good. Plinio, Felipe, Garrett, players like that. But the players we actually have that are ours too, like Garrett. Did I say Garrett for midfield? No. Garnett, sorry. The striker. I do know my own players, honestly. Baker, Mabiala. You know, it's a really good mix. Which, again, is something I'm happy with. Because it's not just players who've come through our youth system, like Mabiala, who are now performing well. But also players who we signed back in League 2, who are still playing for us now. Some players from the non-league, even. Like, Ekpyong is coming towards the end of his time with us now, in this team. But he can still make appearances regularly, like he's in the team now. But players like Baker, Garnett, Waldron O'Rourke, which, I mean, he's gone away and come back, but he's a player who's come through the youth system and has stuck around for a long time too. Let me find some other good examples. So who else have we had in the team? So Barnes as well. He's kind of Ekpyong Mark II. So Ekpyong's only 28, believe it or not. We've had him for... When did he join us? 2021 he joined us. We're now in 2032. So he's been with us for 10 years in the game. Just incredible. 414 appearances, 26 goals. He joined us from Concord Rangers. It is Concord Rangers, isn't it? Yeah. I had a complete brain fart then. £14,000 he cost us, and he's played pretty much every game of every season that he's been available for. The only time he didn't was his first season, where he only played 4 times for us, and hit the current season, where he's only played 7 times for us. All the other times, at least 20, at least 30 games, at least 35 games he's played for us in the league. Very good fitness levels as well, it seems. Right, we got Sheffield United at home. We'll make that the last match of the stream. So this is the kind of vibe that I'm going to go for the live streams during the Real Hatfield Town series. Bearing in mind, though, that it'll be one match per stream rather than the 3 we've done here. And the videos will be probably 30 minutes long maximum. And it'll be like highlights of matches, basically. And it won't be me recording a 90-minute match and then cutting it down. It will literally be me recording 3 matches in a row. With key highlights only, and then making a video of that. Or if I do tactics and stuff, it'll be like 20 minutes of tactics and then 10 minutes of testing it in a match. There or thereabouts. I don't want the videos to be too long, because the streams are the long form and the videos are the short form. That is the plan anyway. Right, money-wise, we're actually losing money. Where's the money going? Probably player wages. We need to get more money from gate receipts or something like that. Maybe have to sell a player or 2. Yeah, we were quite rich, but then we upgraded our training and youth facilities, and I think that's costing us a fair amount as well. Ooh, Back and Cristobal got into Team of the Week. Back had a good game. He's a good right back. I didn't replace him because he wasn't good enough. I tried to sign a backup to Back, and I ended up getting someone who was better than Back. So Back is now the backup. If you'll excuse the pun on his name. Alright. One of the advantages of having some music playing is I can take a break, take a breather between sentences and not have to fill the void all the time. Means I can have a little drink as well. Lovely stuff. I'm actually supposed to be recording voiceover for tomorrow's OpenTTD video after this as well, so my throat's going to be knackered by the end. Barnes wants to go out on loan. Actually, yeah, he's only 23. He has still got some potential to develop. I can go with it. Let's see, I've got a lot of players on the development list. Some others that are familiar actually, so Rico Miller, we still have him around. I'm trying to loan him out at the moment. Who else is familiar on here? I think that's it, actually. I mean, Higgs was around from when we were doing videos as well. But that's about it. Just those two. It is amazing how the squad has developed. Excuse me. It is amazing how the squad has developed over the years. Comings and goings. The fact that we have kept core players throughout, particularly having a Rock at the back who's also the captain, that has helped a lot with progression. Being able to enter new leagues each season and still be able to be competitive. I think we stalled in the National League. I think it took me 2 seasons to get promoted out of the National League. But beyond that, it's pretty much been first time each time. So I believe I came second in League 1. And I might have done the same in League 2. Where's it got? So yeah, I actually haven't won a league title since the Vanarama National League South. Landmarks? I think there's going to be too much here. Oh no, club turns professional. So okay. Oh yeah, we failed financial fair play regulations when we were in League 2. I think that's why we sold some players. And we ended up in trouble. We had a transfer embargo and all sorts of things. So yeah, promotion from Vanarama National League. Temporarily relocation to Vicarage Road. That's while the stadium was expanded. I believe, yeah, Meadow Park. So we were at Meadow Park by then. Oh, welcome back, George. Good to see you again. So yeah, we moved to Meadow Park back in 2024. Oh, Luke Wilkinson was captain for a while. And then Ekpyong. So Ekpyong's only been captain since 2025. So this is his 6th year? 7th year? For 8th year, I think, is captain. Yeah, so we turned pro. Categories went up and down a few times for youth category. But did it ever go up again? Oh yeah, there it went to 2. Cool. So yeah, we moved to Meadow Park. Failed there. We got promoted somewhere. Promotion there. So I think we came second in League 2. And I think we came second in League 1. In consecutive seasons. I believe that's what happened. That's how we ended up in the championship. It's good stuff though. Yeah, we got promoted. We got to this level. It's all good stuff. No complaints from me. And it's fun. That's the other thing. It's fun. I've had times in the past where it's been a bit of a slog during the later years. You know, finances become an issue. When you're in non-league and you're paying someone £200 a week part-time, that's nothing compared to having to pay someone 25 grand a week when you're in the championship. You got a whole different game at that point. Right, there's the home kit. See it on the screen there. So in terms of the squad, Palmer is back. I'm actually going to put him on the bench rather than starting him. We'll call that his punishment. Do I bring Piper back in? I mean, Ekpyong's done okay, to be fair. I'm going to go with the same starting lineup. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And then, yeah, we'll make this the last match of the stream. So we've just ticked over the hour now. 104. 105 for the stream. And here we go. Keep letting me know about the music. Is it the right level or is it a bit too loud, a bit too quiet? Also, let me know about buffering. It seems to be okay. I've dropped a few frames, but not too many. 185 frames dropped in total, which is 0.1%, which is not too bad. Quite happy with that, to be honest. It's about average. Block that. Good save. Nice header. Garnett with the ball. Yeah, I love those swinging passes. Out on the wing. Ah, Mabiala could have done a little bit better there. I swear his name says Jones on the back. No buffering on my end. Sounds fine. Awesome. Thank you very much. So yeah, the home kit I think looks really nice in the game. I'm a big fan. You might notice I again cheekily put some M4J patches on the sleeves. That may or may not be something that happens in real life as well. Again, it's not set in stone yet. But it would be awesome if it was. Also, the formation thing there, that's not the kit you're seeing here. That's the in-game version of the kit, because you have to set an in-game version so it knows whether you're playing in your home or away kit. I kind of got one that was pretty close. It's hoops, basically. In real life, the kit is hoops, but it's kind of like fades off at the edges. It's really nice. It's a really nice kit. Both home and away kits are really, really nice, to be fair. If they sold them, again, I might have a chat with the chairman about this. I do kind of want one. Then I'll have kits of all my clubs. Alright, Mabiala cuts inside. Ooh, side netting. Yeah, we do play some good stuff. Every now and then, we do sort of turn it on, knock it out the park. And that's half time. Half time does sort of sneak up on me in these games as well. I was about to start talking about what I'm going to do for the rest of the half. And then bang. Oh, okay. Something else I'm going to do. In the new series, I am going to set up match plans. So I'm going to have 3 tactics. Each tactic is going to have 1 or 2 match plans attached to it. Most of them are going to be used in emergencies only, though. Or if they are used, they're going to be very, very basic ones. And I'm going to try and manage the teams myself. Particularly during the... So during the Tuesday videos, I might use the match plans more. But during the streams, when we're playing the matches live, the 90-minute matches, I'm going to try and do substitutions and things like that myself. And formations and adapt to situations by myself. Oh, hit the post. So that means things like... if a player gets injured, making the sub. If a formation switch is needed because of that, then so be it. It's all going to be managed live, basically. Sometimes I might ask for feedback from the viewers as to what they think I should be doing. But most of the time, I mean, if the players themselves are in the chat, they might tell me I'm playing them out of position and things like that, which would be something new and interesting that I've not had before. But I'm open to it. But yeah, I know that in the past I've perhaps been a bit too lazy with the match plans. Believe me, it takes a long time to set them up. But once they are set up, I kind of rely on them too much. I lean on them too much. And I know when you're watching this right now, it's not the most exciting thing to just see the game basically run itself. It's something I like to watch, but I know it's not something that everyone else likes to watch. So I am going to be doing a lot more micromanaging myself. It's one of the reasons why I'm taking over with training schedules and things like that as well. I know there's some new stuff to do with transfers where you actually have a meeting at the start of a transfer window where you sort of designate the kind of player you're looking for. So I think that kind of thing. Scouting as well is something that I'm going to be relying more on, and that's something I'm actually going to lean more on, because there's a skin that I want to use for the new series where it doesn't tell you player attribute numbers. It tells you, it's like a bar, and depending on what colour the bar is and how full it is, that's how good that player is for that stat. And that to me sounds more fun, because it makes you rely more on scouting and really doing your homework on a player before you spend money on them, which, considering Hatfield are not the biggest team in the world, they're not the richest team in the world, finances are going to be something that I'm going to have to keep a closer eye on, because I'm not going to do things like in the past where I've made the club slightly richer than perhaps it would be, and things like that. I am relying solely on how the club is in real life, which may come back to haunt me, but so be it. I'm also going to try and make the chairman as lenient as possible so I don't lose my job. 0-0 draw. Not the best way to end the stream, I'll admit, but overall, I've been very, very happy with how this stream's gone. I think there's been a couple of moments. I've been getting messages from people off the YouTube chat and things as well, where it might have buffered once or twice. But the music seems to be okay. The audio levels need to be okay. Everything seems to be good. Llama, welcome to the stream. Do I need any positions? Always. I'm always looking out for improvements in this version of the game anyway, because when I start the new one, obviously I'm going to have a full roster of players. We're in 2032, so scouting is going to be quite difficult. That's one other thing actually I'm really excited about with the Real Hatfield Town, is having a look at the players and what positions they can play in. We're going to have a very versatile squad, which is personally something I'm a huge fan of. It's something I've endorsed a lot. In the past, when I used to do my basic series, one of the first things I used to say was make sure you're signing players who can play in more than one position, because it's valuable. It's absolutely valuable that you have players playing more than one position. It helps, you know, cover for injuries, or if you need to switch your formation during matches, you don't have to make any subs. Really, really helpful. And yeah, we've got players who can play all through the midfield. We've got players who can play defense, midfield, attack. We've got players who can play defense and attack. It's going to be really, really good. Look for any Vanarama players for cheap, free loans. Well, I'm in the championship at the moment, so loans not so much, but cheap, free, definitely. And again, with the realism in the game now, you can actually pick up some decent players from lower levels who can pretty much jump straight into your first team. So for the new series, that will be something I'm doing in later seasons. Right, I think that does it actually for this stream, guys. I've been going for just over an hour and 10 minutes. Everything seems to be okay with the music. Everything seems to be okay with the audio levels. Everything seems to be okay with the bit rates and the buffering and all that good stuff. I haven't watched back the capture yet. I will do that afterwards. That might be an issue, but we'll see. La Pigs Young Kids. What? Don't understand that. But yeah, thank you guys for in the chat for helping me set everything up and checking levels and things like that. It's very, very much appreciated. Oh, La Liga Young Kids. Yes. No, I will eventually, when the new series starts and we get to a high enough level, it'll be poaching Wonder Kids, believe me. But yeah, stay tuned on my social media. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. I think the link is in the description. Again, if it isn't, let me know. Join my Reddit, join my Discord, all that good stuff. I'll be posting in the next day or so when the first setup stream is going to be. And yeah, thank you again, guys, for helping me out in the chat. Very much appreciated. To those of you watching, if you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube or you haven't followed me on Twitch, be sure to do so. All of these streams hopefully will be simultaneously broadcast on Twitch and YouTube. If you can't make a stream for whatever reason, fear not. Each stream will be made publicly available 24 hours after the stream has finished. And then, yeah, keep an eye out for the Tuesday videos as well. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, let me turn off the music quickly before I do anything else. I will try and make a way so that it fades out gradually rather than just turns off. Maybe it does just turn off. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And until next time, I will see you soon.